Uh, so today today's day 50. Today's day 50 of the of Road to Vegas, right? Which is always pretty good. So, yeah. Um yeah, what do you call it? My body weight's going up, which is good. I'm like in the low 150s to like 154 right now. Um Shaved a little bit, clean up, did some cleaning up. And, I got a little bit of acne going on, but it's whatever. It's not a big deal. Um, but yeah, so today I gotta do body weight workouts because I don't got the gym today. So unfortunately, what I have to do is do one arm push-ups, back widows. I mean, old school, you know, street workouts, street exercise, I should say. All basic calisthenics. So there's that. I really like to do bench press for 215 for like 7 to 8, things like that. Which is not in the cards today. So, unfortunately, I have to do these things, but it's fine because, we got some Chick-fil-A today. Oh shit, my bad. We got some bone for my girlfriend, whatever, big deal. Like, I have a bunch of money right now and I'm gonna be working again soon. So, making really good money by then. And yeah, so overall pretty solid. I won't be able to work out in the morning like I used to, but I'm gonna have to work out like nighttime, like literally as soon as work is over, I just have to go for it, Gotta work out and go from there. James Green said hi. Hey, how you doing, James? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Goated Gaming said hi, bro. What's up, man? I hope you're doing well. We already have 1 like, so that's good. Appreciate it all, guys. Sorry if I was like inactive last night. I was just tired. So another like, appreciate it. Trying to think of things to talk about. I mean, I'm trying to get my bench press up more, just because like it's getting pretty good. But I really need to start focusing on rows more, because I feel like I've been neglecting back days and stuff because I've been really focused on getting my triceps up. And every time I try to go to the gym and stuff with anybody, the only person that doesn't take 2 seconds is my older brother, and I can actually get like a full complete workout in with him. Always, you know what I mean? With my friends stuff, I don't mind trying my friends. You know what I mean? That's a lot of fun. It's just like it's a little too short for my liking, but I'll take it. You know what I mean? And of course, with my mom, it's like 20 minutes, which is really, really not good. I can get maybe even just one body part done with, and I barely even get that done. She has to wait like an extra 5 minutes for me to finish. I just feel bad, I'm like, yo, like I wish I could go by myself and stuff too, just so I don't, too, because then I can like really get a complete workout in. But you do what you can, guys. But no need to rush the gym. You don't need to rush the gym. There's no need to rush your warm ups. Take your time when you warm up. This is how you prevent injuries. Like last injury I've ever gotten was that lower back injury, which wasn't a true injury, but it really messed me up though. Like I couldn't really bend over. I couldn't stretch. I couldn't run. I guess it was a true injury, but it lasted 6 months. And man, did I lose some muscle mass. I got really defined, but I lost that strength factor. You know? Like we're barely benching 165 for one. It was just not good, guys. Not good at all. It's not. It wasn't even really worth the shreds. Like yeah, my V taper was really good at the time, but like the core was outstanding, but the chest needed more mass. Shoulders definitely needed more like sagittal growth. Things of this nature. So, but that's why like even right now when I'm on my girl stuff, I have to do these workouts. So I'm about to do all that stuff pretty soon in like 40 minutes and go from there. Nice and warm in the house right now. At least I can like do my YouTube. Oh, we got 24 people on. That's crazy. 24 people. But yeah, so Gage said hi. Very said howdy. What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's doing well. What else? So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do the one-arm push-ups, the back widows, the body weight pullovers, things like that. But yeah, no, I'm trying to just start because especially my girlfriend says I have to get the lifts in. So the calisthenics is just what's gonna suffice, the Baki Hama workouts. You know what I mean? Workout time, yeah, absolutely, Gage. You know what I mean? It's always workout time, bro. Like, it doesn't even take me long to work out. Like, an hour or two a day gets it done for me. Like, 2 hours a day. It's not that long. Like, like, preferably I like to work out like 7 or 8 in the morning, and I'm done by 10. 9 or 10 in the morning. Or whatever time. It's like, for me, it's probably be like, I don't know, 6:30 when I start working out. So it's gonna be like, today's probably be like 7:45 when I finish. But no, an hour or two, like only workouts that take me a while are my back workouts. But I only have to hit my back like twice a week, if that even. Like my lats, I probably hit like 3 times a week. But my upper back, it's very cooked. So 2 times a week for my upper back. Preferably everything 3 times a week. Sometimes I'll train a weaker muscle group like that, or a muscle I just want to bring up anyways, like my triceps 4 times. I'll do my triceps like 3 or 4 times a week. You work out 45 minutes max? Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, 45 minutes max. You can get a lot done in 45 minutes, But when you're doing like compound exercises stuff, especially if you're doing them in like a 5x5 or like doing the compounds can take a while to do, especially if you're doing it with your friends or your gym partner or whatever. Or you have to share the bench press or it's the squat rack or the deadlift, it can take time. But those kind of things do take a little bit. So there's that. But yeah, no, yeah, no, I just like to work out long because I do more volume because I can handle because my recovery is really quick. Because within hours post training, I get sore and stuff like that. I experience DOMS really fast, and then it will just go away the day after. You know what I mean? So I don't really actually experience like the post day DOMS. I just experience them throughout the day, and then they just go away the next day usually. But if I really hammer them, or if I haven't hit them in a while, then yeah, it'll take me like a couple days for it to go away. But when I hit them, when I like regularly hitting them and all that, like yeah, like the recovery is pretty quick. Even after the high volume, like, and that doesn't mean I'm gonna do more sets on top of what I'm doing. Like, no, I'm just gonna keep increasing the weight, the reps. Oh no, just the weight in general. That's all that matters, is because more weight, you apply more mechanical tension to the muscle. So, like, especially all at once, like when you're really, let's say you're curling 100 pounds, right? That person who's curling 100 pounds is applying way more mechanical tension than somebody who's doing 50 pounds. No matter how strict you want it to be, like, Like if you're controlling the negative, that's why we have cheat rolls for a reason, because you can control the negative, and it just forces so much extra mechanical tension, and that's what forces plateaus to go away because you're applying extra mechanical tension. Because sometimes like we just don't. Sometimes like the muscles and stuff like there's too much going on, and the anabolic ceiling is just overstimulated, and it's starting to become desensitive. So you have to like force extra things to do to like incorporate that, or you could just take an mTOR reset. Then you can like pretty much restart the anabolic pathway. But that's how you break a plateau. So like for me, that's why I take my time now. Like I really do take my time with things because I don't want nothing to tweak. There's no need for injuries. There's no because all that's gonna do is set you back and permanently alter the structure of muscles. If I'm only working out 45 minutes, can I work out every day? You can, but it depends on your recovery though. Like which means that if you're like progressing every week, if you're progressing every week, your recovery is fine. If you're not progressing, then your recovery is bad. And if you're regressing, your recovery is like you're doing too much. So you have to kind of go off of like that basis. Hold on, I gotta go check in on my girlfriend's nephew real quick. You doing good, Ryan? You good? Oh, okay. That's good. But yeah, no, you can get a pretty sweet workout in 45 minutes. I mean, hell, sometimes I'm only in the gym for 20 minutes because that's all I have, like, that's all I have time for, but I can still get a pretty crazy workout. You just have to reduce your rest times. Jay Cutler, or you know who was only working for 45 minutes at a time because he was working full time was Ronnie Coleman, best bodybuilder of all time, right? The King Coleman. He would work out for 45 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour and a half at most, but he's never ever pushed really that far. It would be like an hour maximum. 45 minutes to an hour, like that's what he would do. So, and you would like rarely train arms. If you were to train arms, you would be training biceps. So, there's that. Because his triceps are just gigantic, bro. Like the biggest triceps of all time, bro. Like, okay, they weren't the greatest looking triceps because of like his insertions, but like the size, sheer mass, they were pretty hefty. Like they dwarfed his biceps. Like they were a true 2/3 of his arm. Like most people just my biceps too are like half my arm, and the other tricep, and my triceps aren't as big as my biceps. Like from like of the front, like I don't know, I like the Arnold look for my biceps, but that's not the point. But you can get a really sweet workout in 45 minutes. Yep, just walking around right now. But what else I want to talk about? But yeah, guys, so gaining mass, all that is, you just have to eat a lot of solid food throughout the day. And yes, and another really big reason why like a lot of like these fitness influencers and stuff are bulking, make it look so easy, and they have the worst genetics of all time, is because they have the money for it, bro. Money, guys. Prioritize money first. Like if you want to bulk, bro, cutting, bro, any guy can cut, bro. Cutting is the easiest thing ever, in my opinion, because it requires no money. It requires literally no money, dude, to cut. You can literally, like, you know what I mean? Bulking, bro, requires all the food. So it's all about how much money you're spending on food. But the thing is, bro, a lot of people won't, like, a lot of people will just not eat the food at their house because it don't taste good. It's not the food that they want to eat. They want to eat Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, McDonald's, nice sushi restaurants, like a hibachi or something like that. They don't want to eat, unless it's their mother's cooking too. That will suffice too. But if nobody knows how to cook for themselves. No one wants to make food for themselves. Like that's another big thing is laziness. And that's why fitness influencers just make it look so because they have access to unlimited resources. Like think about it, if like there's a lot of people I see who just have really high potential, but they're heavy drinkers, heavy smokers, and it's just like man, like you could really make it in like the sport of like fitness, you know? Not just fitness, but like bodybuilding, bro. A lot of these people just are like, oh, like, I was just fat growing up. I'm like, yo, like you have no place in bodybuilding, bro. And it shows because they it's just when you're like oh I grew up kind of oh like I just grew up like chunky no muscle like I said yo like there's a difference if you're chunky but you put on muscle though like there's a difference like there's a lot there's like my cousins they're on the heavier side but like naturally heavy side but they are sorry about the noise in the background. But like they have muscle, they have strength, and they eat everything, bro. They eat all the good foods and stuff, all the whole foods, and they have big wrists, like bone wise, what I mean, things like that. Like my cousin's wrist is about an inch bigger than mine, and I have a pretty decent sized wrist for like a guy of my weight category in height. But to be fair, he is also like a head taller than me and yada yada. So his bone structure is bigger, of course. But like but he would make it bodybuilding because he has the wide shoulders, the relatively small waist. His waist is still on the bigger side, but he has broad enough shoulders to like kind of like deflect that. And that's about that. So, but no, a lot of these fitness influencers like Alex Eubanks has no place in bodybuilding, bro. Like his physique is very mediocre. But that's what I'm saying, guys. But it doesn't matter, and he still looks great. And now that, of course, he's on TRT, that I know it's not my place to badmouth people, but like what I'm trying to prove is that you just need a lot of money to make it out on these things, and that's what it is, guys. You need the money. Money solves everything, you know. So, but no, like for me, I was always naturally like lean, muscular, and like super shredded my whole life, But I was also like kind of strong. So I'm like, okay. Like it only took me like 3 weeks to bench 135, you know. But now, and then, I've been really kind of neglectful of my training over my course of my life. And the past month is the most ever I've been consistent. Now we're benching almost like 300 pounds. And I was barely getting up 185 for one. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's genetics, bro. Like, that's just like, you can't compete with certain people that just have natural genetics, bro. That's just what it is. It is all about genetics, right? A lot of people say, but I believe it's more about the money. Because these guys are out benching me, they're out squatting me, they're out deadlifting me by hundreds of pounds, out lifting me by all this, and I've just been consistent for a month now. But the reason why they're so consistent, they can do what they do, and like their physiques are still like mediocre, and it's just like if I was doing what they're doing, I would look like a Mr. Olympia. And you know why? Money. So guys, it's not all about genetics. So I'm giving hope to a lot of you people because what I'm saying is that you guys will be able to understand that like okay, well, if it's not all about genetics, because like a lot of you don't have these genetics, I could just make it out if I just like learn how to make money, and that's what it is. I'm not a guy who knows a lot about making money and stuff. I'm just not that guy. But there's a lot of channels out there. There's a lot of resources. Again, we have infinite. AI itself is a resource you can use for making money. So there you go, guys. If you make enough money, you guys can get the food you need. You guys can get the equipment you need, or I mean, the access to the right gyms, the need of transportation, things like this. And I can tell like a lot of people now like who are old, like now that they're older than 16 and stuff, like they have their own car. Um, I mean, hell, a lot of people in the fitness space too who like start really changing physiques. They don't do that till like they're like fully settled, like they have a job, car, house, or apartment, or a living. They have habitat, food, water, shelter. They have food, water, shelter, right? And they have a job. Like their triangle of life is set. They have the social life doesn't really matter as much, but but they have they have work, they have a job, they have money. Is what I'm saying. Like that's when they have money, their stuff settled in. Like they gave themselves enough time to like be like okay, and that's when their physiques totally transform. Like they have access to better food, better trainers, things like that. So it's like you're as good as your money. Like, you're as good as your like wallet can handle. Right? If your wallet can't handle a lot, you know, you're gonna have a pretty tough time. Like you'll never be a 300 pounds Mr. Olympia, bro. Ever. You will never be over 250 if you don't have the funds for it. So money will always come first. If you guys prioritize money, you guys can do anything. Literally anything. You want to go travel, you can do anything. So that's what I'm saying, guys. It's all about making more money so you can compete at higher levels and, become a higher level physically. Specifically physically because like you need the food and stuff, you know. There's people, but like I said, the only people that can build a really nice physique without a whole lot of money are people who have good genetics, right? So good metabolism. They don't have to worry about eating a specific diet to like lose fat. Like they're already lost the fat. Whatever they eat just turns into brand new glycogen for muscle. That's it. Some people have really good nutrient partitioning abilities. They're insulin sensitive. A lot of people are not that insulin sensitive. You know? So there's that. But I know this is kind of a brutal tangent. I know it was kind of like, but it's not. But nowadays, money is a lot easier to come by than it used to be, bro. Like you can make a lot more money nowadays. Um, like if you really apply yourself to things, like especially in the trades, you can make a lot of money with the trades. Like, and the thing is, and I'm talking about people who like aren't prioritizing a family right now. People are prioritizing their bodies right now. If you don't have any liabilities like children, which are the liabilities by the way, or pets, like a secondary liability. If it's just you or like a partner, or if you're single, which is going to be the most ideal case, you can really change your body. You know. Now I'm not saying I'm not against I'm in a relationship myself. But I'm just saying it's gonna be a lot easier for you to start doing what you got. It's if you're not if you're not like middle class, if you're like in a more lower class, right? You're kind of more into in more poverty setting. It's gonna be easier if you're single, obviously, and you have no children, no pets. It just makes your life that much easier. Prioritize getting your money right. Like my friend in particular, man, like he just got out of a relationship that was just draining him, not doing anything for him. And he didn't really, it just wasn't for him. But it was good he went through a learning experience. Like I feel like he kind of regrets it, but it's like don't worry about the time you lost. He's a year younger than me, but now he's prioritizing, his career, money and stuff, his physique, and the thing is, this is a guy who didn't really have the greatest genetics. Not bad genetics, but I give him like a 5.5 out of genetics. Right? This is a guy who will never be super shredded, but he can get kind of shredded, I guess, but like this is a guy who can really apply himself though. Like that's what I'm saying, guys. He's more consistent. He's been more consistent than me. He's got a lot more time to worry about the gym and stuff. He can drive. He's got a lot of advantages over me. But I hate to say it, but like I already at his level basically because or beyond in a lot of cases just because like I just have the superior genetics. That's what I'm saying, guys. That's what makes it really tough. But I'm also nerfed in this part because I'm not smart enough to drive and stuff. I just cannot figure that crap out. I can't do it. You know, I'm challenged a lot mentally. Like I never had any learning disabilities and stuff. So, like in school, so it's not that I had a learning disability. It's just like when it comes to like driving in particular, I can't do it, bro. Cannot. I'm extremely horrible at directions, bro. Extremely horrible at directions. What's my percentage at? 13. Hold on, guys, 1 second. But that's what I'm saying, guys. So do not feel. So I mean, like, so that's what I'm saying. So for me, I have to rely on other people and stuff to go to the gym and stuff, you know. But I try to help them in my best of my abilities, like when they're at the gym and stuff. I try to give like some type of value in return, but it is what it is. But as I'm saying, guys, like it's if you have the genetic. What I'm saying is, if you have the genetics and the money, now we're looking at somebody who could be a Mr. Olympia, like Ronnie Coleman. That's why we consider him the king, because not only had the amazing, like the best natural body of all time, bro. When if that picture is truly him natural, that would be the greatest natural physique of all time, easily, no questions, no questions. But not only had the genetics, but he had the mindset, bro. He knew how to drive, he knew how to do like he wasn't mentally challenged. Something like everything came pretty easy to him, you know. Like he had the brains, he had the brawn and the brains is all what I'm saying, and he had the money. You know, so he really, that's why, like, and look at him now, he's super successful, super exclusive, like, you know, people treat him like he's a fucking deity, bro, you know, and it goes, and it shows, guys, if you have it all, you have it all, you know, there's no, it's brutal that, like, that people get to live a life like that, but, like, that's what separate, but that's the thing, and their advice on a lot of things is either very basic, like, that's why you never take advice from somebody who has it all, bro. Always take advice from somebody who is struggling, like with things like in the gym and stuff. Like never take advice from somebody who's like super like in shape, like just puts on muscle like that with them, and he gives you like really bad advice. It just sometimes it works for that people, but like I mean like I know there's a guy like, but that I don't know. It's just you want to take advice from somebody who is the average Joe, not somebody who you know is good looking, tall, you know, I mean, other attributes, right? Like, you don't take advice from the swan, you take advice from the duckling, right? You take advice from the duck, not the swan. Because the duck has a way harder life by default. So they're gonna have to do way more different things to get by. While the swan can just kind of glide through life, right? So, straight up. So, like, you're gonna take advice from somebody who is generally a struggler, bro. The average Joe. Average height man, the average. You don't need to take advice from somebody who's below average because you know that's a little more extreme case. But I mean, you can. But what I'm saying is the average person kind of knows what's going on, bro. You know, what I mean, they're very aware of what's going on. They know what you know works and stuff. But like genetic anomalies, and all that, people who are just naturally like very, you know. But I'm talking about the average plain Jane person. These are the type of people that you want to take advice from because they have it way harder than somebody who's born to do certain things. You know what I mean? Like you want to take advice like Kobe Bryant. Um, sure, okay, that now yes he is tall and stuff, but like you can take his work ethic as an example. But the thing is, what people have to understand is that he's average in the NBA for height, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. He's not like fucking Giannis, Giannis who's like 6'11" or some shit. He was 6'6", bro. That's a pretty average male height in the NBA. The NBA, of course, people, oh, he's tall and stuff like, yeah, but everybody's the same height as him. It's same frame, everything. And he wasn't like Shaquille O'Neal who just was made to just dominate physically, bro. You know what I mean? Like he had to work really hard, bro. So some of the Kobe Bryant was average in his field. That's what I think. You find people that are average in their field. You know what I mean? And like see what they do, and see how they become so great. Because especially like if they become great, these are the type of people you want to take advice from. David Goggins, how did he get so bone shredded and stuff? Right, going from this to this, and how did he change everything, bro? You know what I mean? He's pretty average and stuff. You know what I mean? Like he came from average, you know, average brain, average everything, bro. But he changed himself through you know, really applying himself, bro, and digging for ways to really help himself succeed. So these are the type of people you want to take. Don't take advice from like Shaquille O'Neal, bro. If you're a guy who's like 7'1", 400 pounds or some shit like that in his prime, like a pure muscle. I don't want to say 400. That's crazy. I think he's like 325 or something. But either way, he was made to dominate physically, bro. Like he was fast. He knew what he's doing. Somebody like him is like a genetic anomaly. Like he not only had the height, like the very dominating height, but like his frame was huge. His joints are huge and stuff. Like he was made to. Dude, his hands are the size of like the Empire State Building, bro. You know what I mean? So he was just made to just dominate. If in basketball, Michael Jordan again, the guy had really a huge thumb, bro. He could grip the ball no problem. You know what I mean? Like he had balloon tier thumbs, bro. He had no problems one handing the ball and stuff. That's what made him so. It was like a pencil. It was like a fucking pencil. The way he was like sketching out like his shot. Nobody had that kind of capabilities back then, bro. Again, he was above average for what I mean. Way above average for the NBA back in the day, bro. I feel like I don't know about that, but like Will Chamberlain, genetic anomaly, super strong guy, ultra long tendons, super amounts of strength, bro. That dude had extreme power. He may not look like it, but when you have long tendons like that, again, super strong guy. He's fast. He can move. Stamina was through the roof. He didn't have a lot of muscle mass because he didn't need it because he had the crazy tendons. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is like take advice from the average person, either in their field or just an average person daily, bro. Just look at the average people. Look at people who are just like pretty much like not meant to be in the position they were like were never thought to be in. Like Kobe Bryant, David Goggins, people like them. Those people you want to take advice from. Don't take advice from people that just naturally have like how is he so good at chess? Bro's IQ is 180. That's the type of thing. A Walla Queen said hello. Hey, what's up, Walla Queen? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I'm just talking about like genetics, money, and like people who you want to take advice from. That's what I'm saying. Because when people say, "Oh, it just comes easy to me" and stuff, like yeah, don't take advice from them, bro. Like they just glide through life. You know what I mean? Like oh, like this is so easy, and they're like designing like a building or something. It's like yo, like maybe easy for you, but like there's a reason why it is because you're made to do that. Like yeah, I'm not saying like they're lazy and they don't put the hours in. They do, but like they have a huge advantage because they're naturally made to do that. That's why they're so successful. That's why when you're good at something, guys, abuse that talent, bro. Because the more, like for me, bro, I'm really good at bodybuilding, bro, and I'm really good at staying shredded. I'm like a men's physique model, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like a fitness model right now. And I eat like garbage all the time. I just eat I eat like an obese person, bro. But the other thing too is like I have a really strong willpower. But the other thing too is like I just don't get hungry. I have no left. I mean, I have no ghrelin. I just stay full all day long. My leptin is super sensitive. Ghrelin is not sensitive. Things like this. And it's like a natural reddish, especially when I'm on. Dude, one day of caffeine flushes all the water out of my body, bro. Flushes all the sodium out. And I become like ultra bone dry. I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to be this. I'm trying to bulk right now. Like, this is not okay. It's like I'm ready to walk the stage, All the time. It's all the time. So that's why for me, I'm like, yo, I have something, I can do something with this. I have the bone structure for it. I have wide shoulders, small waist, good proportions, like good long limbs, relatively more compact torso, but I have a wide projected rib cage because I have a 43-inch chest, things like that. Like I'm made to do bodybuilding and stuff. Like more, I could probably do open bodybuilding. To be honest with you, I could do it because I'm not like too tall, so I'm not like tall where it's like I'm like David Lee, where I'm like sinewy, but I have more of a powerlifting build naturally. So, but the only thing is like my body weight's really light. I'm only like 150, but I look a lot heavier. You know. So, what I'm saying is like, find your talent, guys. If you're naturally good at drawing, abuse that talent. Get really good at drawing. Like just draw all day, every day. You're really smart. Do something that's really complicated, right? That you find interesting. Chess or something like that, you know? But another really big thing that people gotta understand is building competition. Always try and compete with another person, bro. What competition does is it boosts your testosterone, your net androgen status goes up. So like your androgen receptor sensitivity goes up, which is kind of bro science, but isn't bro science. The testosterone DHT goes up, especially in the brain, because that's where the DHT really enacts itself, because it makes the brain really masculine and ready to like dominate. So yeah, make sure you're always in a competitive state. That's what's going to keep you in an elevated androgenic state. So there you go. Yeah, but I don't know what else to talk about, guys. You like basketball? Yeah, dude, basketball is amazing, dude. Basketball, especially in the 90s, bro, 90s, 2000s, bro, was peak basketball. But in another crazy example of like people who made it super successful and stuff is like models, bro. Models and voice actors. Well, people don't think about like the homeless guy, man. The guy that nailed the golden voice went from homeless to Mr. Successful, dude. You know, and it's crazy. I'm like and he was already old when this happened too. And he just got it because his voice is nice. You know what I mean? So it's never too late. Too. That actually gave me a lot of hope. And when I thought about it too, I'm like, yo, he made it when he was homeless at like 50 years old. So I can do the same thing, kind of thing. Especially but 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 a lot of homeless people don't really have these attributes, so they're kind of like screwed for life. But he got out because of a genetic trait, genetic talent. Um, Models. Jeremy Meeks went to prison. His mugshot, famous mugshot. Now he's a super successful model, extremely well known on social media. Like everybody knows who he is. Like everybody makes a joke about like yeah, he's like you know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is the guy that like this is like the type of guy that would make a course, sell it online, scam people for the money, and be like, yeah, guys, it worked for me, so it should work for you. You know, that's like the ultimate thing that like the course sellers do. It's like, well, this worked for me because it worked for me. I'm like, well, yeah, it worked for you because you're you. It's not gonna work for other person because they're lacking certain things or they're just a little different. So like it's like if most courses like this is the only way you can do it. I'm like, no, there's other ways of doing it. It's just how it's a little complicated, but like no. But Jeremy Meeks, another example. Friggin' Jordan Barrett. Another male model who, went from pretty much homeless, dude. He was living in the streets, selling drugs, and then he was scouted by a model, and she was like, "Yo, you have a, like very like interesting face. So you should really, what I mean, which means you have a great looking face. You should really pursue modeling." Great. Now he's super successful, millions of dollars in a bank account, and he's set for life, and he's a young man, very young man, like in his mid-20s. So these are the kind of things you gotta think about, guys. Like genetic anomalies, people who are in a very shitty spot, who have very very high genetic traits, like very elite genetic traits, like Jordan Barrett, I don't want to say Sean O'Brien. I think he was already set like from the get go, but Sean, Jeremy Meeks, and the male with the golden voice. Those three examples are people who went from nothing to having it all because they had really good genetic traits. So if your genetics are average, guys, you have to listen to average people because they're gonna give you like the really If you're that's the thing too. Like if you're an average, most people are average, so you have to find average people who went from going nothing to having it all. Those will be your best. That's gonna be your best bet. So enough talking about that. I just figured like, I just talked about that. It was on my chest the whole day, so I don't know. There we go. I didn't know if I articulated well, but it is what it is. I think you guys get the message. What's your favorite animal? Probably the tiger. The tiger is my favorite animal. Siberian tiger. We only have 4 minutes left to stream, guys. No, can you do another stream after this one? I can't do another stream after this one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be with my girlfriend and stuff soon, so I would like to do more streams though, but we'll get there, guys. You know, we'll definitely get there. But like I said too, I need more people on the stream and stuff. Like I like to do more streams, but I gotta find time in my schedule, and I gotta because right now I'm at my girlfriend's house, so like I only have so much time to stream. But when I'm home and stuff, like I'll definitely try to do more streams. But please, you're begging me. Like I said, I would love to do another stream, but oh, you like kangaroos? That's cool. Yeah, kangaroos are a pretty cool animal. But yeah, no, I'm sorry, my man. Like I would love to do another stream, but I like I said, my girlfriend's here and stuff. Like what I mean, like I literally only have at least 10 minutes with her. 10 minutes? All right. Okay, I'll do another stream. Okay, I'll talk about what do you want me to stream about. I'll do a 10-minute stream. That's all I'm gonna do though. Okay, you get one. You're getting. I'm throwing you a bone, my man. Sorry for party rocking. Yeah, me too. But I can do a 10-minute stream after this or something. I'm gonna have to do it later though, because I'm gonna be I have to do some stuff first. So yeah. Like I said, I mean, my girlfriend doesn't really want to be on the streams and stuff, so like she's kind of camera shy. But I'll do another stream like right. Do you want me to do it right after this, or like how long are we talking? How about this? I'll do stream at 7:10. 7:10. I'll do another stream. But yeah, guys, stream's about to be over, so everybody, I appreciate everybody for sticking around, listening to my rant. You can't be on then, well, like I said, my streams will, I mean, I upload all my streams, so I mean, like, I'm probably not gonna stream them because, if you're not gonna be on, then, like, I won't, you know what I mean, I'm not gonna be able to stream, but, like, maybe after this. Okay. How about this? What if wait, hold on. How about this? What if I stay on longer today, like an hour, for an hour today? Just give me 1 second. I have to use the bathroom. Stop my phone, guys. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I don't even know what the stream about, guys. Just had to use the bathroom. So. Do you have any kids? No, I don't got any children. Thank the Lord. Alright, I gotta charge my phone now because my phone's dying. So what time is the stream gonna be? Oh, I'm just gonna do it now, man. Like I'm just gonna do the extra like 15 minutes for now just because I don't have any other time in my day to like stream. Yeah, sorry, my man. Wait, do you play Roblox? No, I don't. Can you play a song? No, I can't play a song. It's gonna be copyright. I can't. I'm sorry. Cool guy, man, said hi. Hey, how you doing, man? So what can I do? You can ask me questions. That's about it. Maybe I'll do a stream where like I include people to join and stuff. I don't know how to do all that. But I'll start doing that. Can you have mine, by the way? Let me see. You are a cool guy. I need to know you for a little longer, but another time. Thank you, cool guy, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'll make you mod once, like, wait, you have to make a new stream real quick. Please do it. No, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, Alquin. Thank you, cool guy, man. I appreciate you. I'll make you a sub in like a couple weeks, probably. I just need to know you longer. You just gotta be more active on my streams and stuff. Can I add gifts? Yeah, for sure. Couple weeks, that's like 1 year. Nah, man, you gotta be patient. Patience is key. And by the way, this is not my room, guys. It's my girlfriend's stuff. So no, I don't. You know what I mean? Like this is not none of my stuff. Can I add gifts? I don't know. I don't know how to do that. Um. Oh well. Can you add gifts? Oh, add gifts to live. I don't really know how to do all that. I'll don't worry, bro. I'll look up everything. Another time. WhatsApp ring? Yeah, I don't know what all that is. Can I add emojis? Yeah, I can add emojis, whatever you want. Because I got a really cool gift. Oh, I appreciate it. I don't know how to do all that, though. That's the thing. Another time I'll do all that. Alright, what is that terrible sound? Hold on, guys. I don't know. You want to send a 2026 emoji for a gift? Nice. I appreciate it, guys. Jingle bells, yes, jingle all the way. Alright, guys. It's been another 10 minutes. I'm gonna end the stream at 55:55, so about 20 seconds from now. Thank you all for sticking around. I appreciate it, and I might extend the stream today. So, yeah, guys. I'll see all of you tomorrow. All right. Take care.